wa nafasi za ukamishna wa tume ya IEBC limeendelea na mchakato huo kwa siku ya 4 sasa, huku baadhi yao wakijitetea katika juhudi za kubuni upya tume hiyo ya uchaguzi. Miongoni mwa waliofika mbele ya jopo hilo leo ni aliyekuwa naibu afisa mkuu mtendaji wa IEBC Betty Nyabuto Sungura.
That selects which commissioner goes to the media, like a media liaison. Yeah, this is the communication that deals directly with the media, answering questions from the media. You see, right now we have partnerships, we have HR, we have this, all this, everybody doing their own things, and communication is within them. So what I'll basically do is to develop a strategy, a communication strategy that brings out the communication function that are hidden from these other functions, and have a standalone communication function. So this communication function will be in charge of all these other functions that requires the media. And again, madam, communicators know how to deal with the media. The media is has a special role to play. So when we know how to deal with the media, particularly the media, we will avoid such issues like what we saw in the 2007 elections. Very, very important.
Thank you very much, Madam Bhoke, and good luck. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. I invite FCP Tanui to ask you some questions.
Thank you, Chair. And Madam Angellah, I've heard you talk about communication. Now, corporate image of any institution is very, very important. And it brings out the perception that people have. And I think from the time we started this interview, the issue of public perception of IEBC as a corporate entity has come out very strongly. So using your communication skills as Angellah, how would you use those skills to help in terms of improving the perception of the public with regard to IEBC, and more importantly, building on the corporate image of IEBC? Noting that some time back, there were some commissioners who were complaining that they were assigned some peripheral roles, hospitality roles, and they were not engaged in the mainstream electoral process. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, can I just ask you to just repeat the last bit? I didn't get you quite clearly. Sorry about that.
Okay, you can start with the first one.
Okay, about the corporate image of the IEBC. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, as a communications expert, you know the corporate image of an organization speaks a lot about that organization. Yeah, and it all starts with how we present ourselves. As a commission, do we speak with one language? Yes, because do we listen to each other? Do we speak at each other, or do we speak with each other? So we need to have harmony in the way we do our things. Even though we know that we're supposed to be independent in the way we think and do our things, but we need to collaborate in the way we do our things within the commission. So are we in harmony in whatever we are doing? If we speak not in one voice, then that speaks a lot about us. But again, what I want to talk about is the branding. How do we brand our...
So what will you do as commissioner? Be specific in your action points.
Okay, my action points includes basically, as a communications expert, opening up dialogue within the commission. Yeah, there is the need to open up dialogue and encourage my fellow commissioners to be able to listen to each other, because those are basically, I'll be teaching them, or rather taking them through, because I know the commissioners, everybody comes in with their own skills. I come in with communication skills. So I'll be helping my fellow commissioners to be able to understand the communication skills, listening, dialogue, and be able, and just bringing them on board and sharing them with them. So I'll be able to support the team in terms of understanding how do we listen to each other, how do we communicate with each other, not at each other, and how do we speak with one voice, how do we work as a team. Yeah, we need to be team players, because I myself am a team player. But at the same time, I'm talking about, also it talks about the corporate image, also talks about the branding. do we have branding guidelines within? Do we have policies that guide our branding guidelines? Because that also informs the corporate image of the IEBC. So if we have branding guidelines that inform our commission, then we are good to go. But if we don't have the branding guidelines, then it will also be another thing that I will be bringing on board. Or if they exist, I will be improving on them, supporting the improvement of the branding guidelines. But at the same time, we also just need to know, because it is IEBC and its corporate image, basically how do we talk to the media? There's also a language of how we need to talk to the media. Yeah, you just not every time you just start talking to the media. There's a way we need to train ourselves on how to even speak to the camera. Yeah, so that we can be able to maintain that brand that we need for the IEBC. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I wish you well. Back to you, Chair.
Na tukiachana na taarifa hiyo, tukisonga mbele ni kwamba wadau wa elimu katika shule ya msingi ya Nyandarua wanaomba serikali kupitia Wizara ya Elimu kuingilia kati ili kuhakikisha shule inapokea mgao sawa wa ruzuku kama shule nyingine za umma kote nchini. Akizungumza katika uzinduzi wa madarasa yaliyokarabatiwa katika shule hiyo, Charles Bugu alisema kuwa shule hiyo haijapokea fedha za NG-CDF kwa miaka mingi. Kijiografia, shule hii iko katika eneo bunge la Laikipia Magharibi katika kaunti ya Laikipia, lakini imesajiliwa katika eneo bunge la Oljororo katika kaunti ya